I'm Danielle Fortin, and I'm a world and three-time Canadian champion, as well as I'm currently the development programs coordinator at Ultimate Canada. So with Ultimate, I think one of the greatest things about the sport is the passion that it really ignites in people. So I see that as both a pro and a con, because you have these athletes that are so keen and so interested in playing the sport and want to get out every minute, every day to participate in the sport. The downside to that is that that's all they do. And so I don't mean that in the sense that they don't participate in other sports, because I've played with players that are both playing on the Canadian national team for Ultimate as well as other sports at the exact same time. So it doesn't mean that they're not doing other things, it just means that they're doing a lot all the time. So I think one of the biggest challenges we face as an organization, and I face it as an athlete with players that I play with as well as personally, is ensuring that I don't get burnt out, and I don't want to see others get burnt out because of that kind of requirement, or that sense of requirement to always have your hand on a disc and always be playing. I know that some teams have used strategies over the years where they've even recommended that for a week in the season they'll just take it off, and don't touch a disc, don't get out there and play Ultimate, don't go play League. It's not the time to go and play elsewhere. It's the time to take a mental break. And I think that concept should be applied everywhere in life. A lot of our society places a lot of emphasis on always working and always striving to be the next best whatever. But I think the way to get there is by taking those breaks, and that's where you'll get inspired, start thinking about things differently, and in the end it'll make you a better athlete or a better employee, because you'll come back and kind of reinvent yourself and be rejuvenated and more passionate about what you're doing. So sometimes we think that stepping away you'll lose that passion, but I think you'll actually come back with more passion than you left with. I think it was, I started feeling, it was that moment where I started realizing that I wasn't excited to go to practice, and that became an issue for me. I realized, especially as a captain, that that's not fair to the people that are passionate, right? So for me, it was just figuring out what makes me passionate, and in the end it meant not captaining or not putting the emphasis on developing other people, because that's what I did for a lot of years, or developing Capitals itself, and I switched the focus to become a better player. And I think there's a number of years where I tried out for the national team or did things and was frustrated that I wasn't making it, but it's because I wasn't actually my best me. I was half me and half helping other people. So a lot of it was just I'm very proud to have made the World Games team, because it was a time where I actually said I'm going to do it, and put my focus on it and not focus on developing the rest of the people. I still did side projects, but not to the extent after we went to Worlds, that was I helped Capitals to get to that point, and then that was my break. So I needed that and then going to Worlds, now I'm now I feel like I need to go back 4 years from now, because I learned so much that I want to give back to the next team. That same thing, going to play with traffic, it's playing at the highest level now, that's what gets me excited to go to practice. But there's times where going to practice to help people again, I was oh, I'm tired of this, right?